It all started one quiet Thursday morning in our suburban home in Chicago. My name is Emily Parker, and I had always thought of my marriage as unshakable. I married David Parker nearly 10 years ago, and together we had built a life filled with dreams, plans, and laughter. Or at least, that's how I believed it to be. David was the kind of man who rarely showed his emotions, but he had always been steady, reliable, and strong. He worked as a project manager for a construction company, while I balanced my job as a middle school teacher with the responsibilities of running our household. We weren't perfect, but we were partners, or so I thought. For weeks, I had noticed little changes in him. He came home later than usual, claiming work delays, and his phone never left his side. He had grown distant during dinners, often distracted, and when I asked what was wrong, he would simply say he was tired. My intuition told me something was happening, but I refused to believe it. I told myself I was imagining things, creating problems where none existed. But one evening, while preparing dinner, I saw a message flash across his phone screen. It was from a woman named Claire. The message read, "I can't wait to see you again. Last night was unforgettable." My heart sank. My hands trembled so badly that I nearly dropped the knife I was holding. I couldn't breathe. This wasn't just suspicion anymore, it was evidence. The man I trusted with my whole life was hiding something from me. I didn't confront him immediately. Instead, I decided to wait and see how far this had gone. Over the next few days, I quietly observed, paying attention to every detail: his excuses, his phone habits, his unexplained absences. The puzzle pieces fit together in a way that left no room for denial. David was having an affair. That weekend, I decided to confront him. I remember it vividly. The kids were at my mother's house, and we sat across from each other in the living room. My voice shook as I asked, "David, who is Claire?" His face went pale. He stumbled over his words, trying to deny it at first, but the truth poured out when I showed him the message I had seen. He admitted everything. Claire was a colleague from work, and what started as casual conversations had turned into something more. I felt betrayed in ways I can't describe. My heart broke not just because of what he did, but because of how easily he had allowed someone else into the life we had built together. Tears streamed down my face as I asked, "Why? Was I not enough for you? Was our family not enough?" David buried his face in his hands. "Emily, I don't know what happened. I made a mistake. It wasn't about you, it was about me being weak." His words didn't comfort me. They cut even deeper. But instead of yelling, I stayed quiet. I wanted to think. I wanted to decide what came next, not out of anger, but clarity. Over the next several days, I went through waves of emotions: anger, sadness, and even guilt. But eventually, I realized something important: I wasn't responsible for his choices. I had given my best to this marriage, and if David wanted to throw it away, that was on him. I sought advice from my closest friend, Rachel, who reminded me of my worth. "Emily, don't let his mistakes define you. You're strong, you're independent, and you deserve better than lies." Her words sparked something in me. I decided to take control of my life. I spoke to David once more, making it clear that while I was open to counseling, he would have to earn my trust back. It wasn't going to be easy. Trust, once broken, doesn't heal overnight. The weeks that followed were difficult. We attended counseling sessions together. David apologized repeatedly and tried to prove his sincerity. Sometimes, I wondered if forgiveness was even possible. Other times, I thought about walking away completely. But I remembered the years we had shared, the children we were raising, and the love that once felt so real. One night, after a particularly emotional counseling session, David sat with me at the dining table. "Emily, I don't want to lose you. I'll do anything to rebuild what I've broken. I'll be transparent, honest, and patient. Please don't give up on us." For the first time in weeks, I saw genuine regret in his eyes. He wasn't just saying the words, he was showing me that he was willing to fight for our marriage. That was the moment I realized the choice was mine, not his. I could choose to rebuild with him or walk away and start fresh. Either way, my happiness mattered. I won't pretend everything magically healed overnight. It didn't. Healing is a process, and forgiveness doesn't erase the hurt. But it does allow room for growth, for change, and for new beginnings. Today, months later, I can say we're in a better place. Not perfect, but better. I learned that my voice matters, my boundaries matter, and my self-respect matters. Whether or not our marriage lasts forever, I know that I am stronger than I ever imagined. And that's the truth of what my husband did next. He didn't just confess, he fought to change. And I, in turn, learned to fight for myself.